We've seen rain, we've seen lightning, and we have heard thunder all afternoon here in Norfolk, but we are going to play football this evening as Old Dominion plays host to the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana. Chip Tarkington along with Andy Mashaw. Andy, we got a great game, but it's hard to believe these two teams have never played each other.
Never seen each other before, and not only that, first time they're going to meet each other is going to be a conference game, so there's no chance for the slow start, the slow build-up. You're going to hit the ground running.
Quarterbacks tonight will be in the spotlight, and we've got two good ones to talk about.
Yeah, starting with Louisiana, you got Ben Woolridge, who is a guy who came off the bench last season. When Chandler Fields went down, he came in, played 5 pretty solid games for them, is able to get it done on the ground and in the air, and led them to victory last week. So he's going to keep that thing rolling for them today, and hopefully they can just sort of manage things. They love the flats. He's got some really good tight ends to work with. He's going to be going up against the complete unknown until last week in Grant Wilson, the Old Dominion quarterback, who was coming off of a FCS team from Fordham, was the backup at Fordham, but he brings his own offensive coordinator over to Old Dominion. They installed a whole new offense. He can run it on the ground, too. Was the Monarchs' leading rusher last week. He's going to have to get it done a little bit better in the air this week. They're going to have to pass protect a little better for him, but it's going to be a good matchup.
Old Dominion has won the toss of the coin. They have deferred till the second half. So Louisiana will get first possession of the football tonight. The weather forecast much better than it was a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
78 degrees right now. There's some clouds, but there's a little brim of sunshine here and there, and we're glad that you're here joining us this evening. Set to get underway. Zylan Perry is back deep for the Ragin' Cajuns. Monarchs set to kick off. Oslo Rigby prepared to kick it away. And we are underway in Norfolk. From the end zone, here comes Perry. Out, got a room on this side. Gets all the way up to the 25-yard line before he's knocked down rudely, and that's where the Ragin' Cajuns will have their first possession.
Ragin' Cajuns going to be let him out by Ben Woolridge. We talked about him in the open here, and this offense uses a lot of tight ends. They will go 2 tight end sets a lot at the time, 12 personnel. They got Pierce Meagle and Neil Johnson. Johnson, probably one of the better tight ends in the conference. He is going to be a guy that they're going to try to key on. They will put him in motion. They will leak him out into the flats to try to get one-on-one matchups and get a lot of yards after the catch.
Single wideouts in each direction, going straight ahead and trying to get up close to the 30-yard line. A host of Old Dominion tacklers there to haul down the runner. And we were expecting to see one running back tonight, but that's not who we were looking for. Jacob Cabote makes the run. Draylon Washington, we were expected to see start the game, but he is not starting the game. We don't know what the situation is there.
Some form of injury, we learned late, but
pass out in the right side, and that is on target, and a first down to Robert Williams. Hit his first career touchdown in last week's contest for the Ragin' Cajuns.
Now they will roll Woolridge out. He is able to throw on the road. They do have a lot of built-in rollouts designed for him.
Straight ahead again, and it's Cabote again, and he's moving the pile all the way up to the 48-yard line. A host of tacklers trying to bring him down. Wayne Matthews, one of the guys in on the stop from the linebacker position.
Now Washington not being here is not great for the Cajuns, but Cabote's not exactly a new face back there. He does get a good share of carries most of the time. 49 yards, 5.4 yards a carry last week.
Fifth-year senior played a little bit at Texas A&M as well, but he's nabbed in the backfield that time and will not go anywhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Jason Henderson, you ever heard of that guy making the stop? 186 tackles last year. It's a pretty good year.
Yeah, it led the nation in tackles last season. And they would be happy if he didn't have to lead the nation in tackles this year, if they could spread some of those out a little bit. Last week, though, an outstanding effort for this Old Dominion squad against the run. Only gave up 109 yards to the Hokies in Virginia Tech.
Third down and just a hair less than 2 yards to go. Fake one-way little bootleg action. Wooldridge rolling to the right. He completes the pass to Williams, and that's a big first down into Old Dominion territory. They will mark him out at the 34-yard line.
And there is the staple of this offense right there. That little rollout flood, they will kill you with that. He was trying to go to Migo, was the first option. The tight end kind of running on the short route. Williams came behind him on the mid route, and so the short route is covered. You go to the mid route.
Back to work again and back off the right side with a different running back this time. That's Terrence Williams going off the right side, and he picks up about 4 yards on the first down carry to the 31.
Yeah, 4 different running backs got action last week against Northwest State. Perry was one of them. He got 4 carries. Williams had a couple of carries. Capote, we said, had 49 yards last week. Washington only had 8 carries, so, I mean.
You mentioned Perry. He's in the game now. Fake to him, looking to the outside and gets the pass complete. And that one almost looked like it wasn't going to the right person, but Harvey Broussard was the one who brings it down. Freshman, that's his second catch of the season.
Had deep zone coverage for the Monarchs. They did try to get a little bit of pressure with some running for some linebackers up there, but the blitz was picked up well. Part of the problem that they had last week against the Hokies was they were not able to get pressure on the quarterback, and Grant Wells, with too much time, was able to pick them apart. It's a big offensive line up there in front of Woolridge.
Drive started at the Raging Cajun 25, and they pushed it down inside the 20 of Old Dominion. Pass out in the flat. It is complete. Jacob Bernard trying to get in the end zone, but does not get there. But he was wide open, Andy.
Again, the play fake and out into the flats. They will kill you on these plays, just like they did last week. Northwestern State, that's where most of the passing came from.
Getting on the ball quickly. Going to throw it up, let the man try to bring it in. Did he have it?
That is an outstanding catch if he did.
Wow, both the officials were kind of looking at each other before they made a decision. They're going to call a touchdown. Harvey Broussard brings it in, and they weren't sure. Neither one of the officials are both looking both directions before they could decide whether he had a touchdown or not.
Simple fade route. You just throw it up to Broussard, who's 6'2", has a height advantage, and that ball was dropped out of the sky perfectly. Watch this throw. Look where it comes down at. And a great job by Broussard, and was able to keep that last back foot in. One-on-one with Lamarian James, who's 5'10", 6'2" receiver, gets the advantage, and a well-thrown ball by Woolridge.
6'2" freshman. So Kenneth Almendarez comes in to attempt the extra point. He's got it. So a very quick and impressive drive by Louisiana as they go 75 yards for the score, and at 10:59 to go in our first quarter, it is 7-0 in favor of the Raging Cajuns.
The one they were trying to get it to the tight ends and get them room to run out in front of them like that. And that set up the great touchdown, the great catch by Broussard, able to keep that back foot in. And the Monarchs on the back foot in the first quarter.
9 plays, 75 yards, 3:56 was the time it took to put the ball in the end zone, and that was an impressive first drive, as Andy just said.
5 for 5. He had 14 completions in the whole game last week at Woolridge. He was 5 for 5 on that drive, 57 yards.
Thomas Leo kicks it off. Comes down at about the 4-yard line to Lamarian James. He's got a little space on this near side. One man to beat. Almost breaks it, but gets up near the 45-yard line, and Old Dominion is in great shape. You were thinking back 2021 when he had 2 100-yard touchdown runs. That one, great comeback.
Yeah, you go back to the Myrtle Beach Bowl. The very first play of the game, the kickoff, and he took it to house. He got some good blocking that time. Now this is going to be the interesting matchup. This Old Dominion offense that is brand new. They brought in a new offensive coordinator, Kevin Decker, from FCS Fordham. But Fordham Rams put up almost 50 points and almost 600 yards a game. And I don't care what level you're doing it at, you put those numbers up, you're doing something right.
Yeah, you can be playing Little League ball if you're putting those numbers up. That's strong. First look at Grant Wilson. Fakes it, he's looking. Down the middle, got a man open. Isaiah Page hauls it in. Nice reception by Page and a first down for the Monarchs.
Now, Cajuns are going to go a lot with these 3 down linemen, but they're going to have to find a way to get pressure because under pressure was where they had problems last week.
Going deep, got Granger open, one-hands it and brings it in for the touchdown. My goodness, what a haul in by Amarian Granger, and bingo, just like that, 2 plays, 55 yards, and all of a sudden we got a chance to have a tie game here.
Who said we were going to see some defense out here? 2 straight plays, they go bombs away, a good dig route, and then that one-handed grab. Let's look at this catch. Granger had a couple of steps on the defender.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got it. That's possession and a foot in. The running game last week for Old Dominion put up over 200 yards of rushing against Virginia Tech. You got the sense that's what Louisiana was looking for. The play action caught him on that one.
PAT is good from Ethan Sanchez. We hadn't played a full 5 minutes, folks, and we're tied at 7-up.
All right, here's the touchdown. Tie game now. Number 11 in the corner is Caleb Anderson. He's looking inside. He thinks he has help over the top. And I don't know if there was a miscommunication in coverage. See him looking back. Where Tyree Skipper, the safety, takes the inside receiver. He thought he had help over the top, which is how Granger just goes straight down the field, sort of unmolested. But 2 plays, and the Monarchs tie it up. We're right back in it.
55 yards, and that is Granger's first career touchdown. So we'll start as we did a few minutes ago, kicking off.
We haven't seen an incomplete pass yet, by the way. Woolridge 5 for 5, Wilson 2 for 2.
Oslo Rigby, who's had his first start as he kicked off to start the game, he has the honors again. Just like in the beginning, Perry is back at the goal line for Louisiana. Takes it this time at his 9. Heads up the field. Gets to the 25. Look at the turn. He made an outstanding turn to get to the 35-yard line. I'm not sure he wasn't just tripped up from behind. Maybe. Not sure who tripped him up. But anyway, great field position that time for the Raging Cajuns.
That didn't look like he had a lot of room there.
Yeah.
Somehow he's making moves.
Well, if he doesn't stumble there, he's going a lot further. And I don't know if somebody got a handout on him or not, but he fell forward to the 35.
Yeah, I'd say he's making like moves in a phone booth, but half the people watching probably don't know what a phone booth is.
And we don't have time to explain it. So 1st and 10, the first time that the Raging Cajuns had the ball. Put it in the end zone, 75-yard drive. Didn't take long to get there either. Straight ahead. Boy, is there an army of blue right there. There was nowhere for the running back to go. And that's Terrence Williams, another back. They're just back after back after back, like you said, Andy.
Yeah, he's trying to go right through the middle, inside zone, and there's nowhere to go. He got there, nothing but a wall of blue. Good penetration up front.
Nice shift by the defense.
There's
We should have known, yeah.
Guess who it is.
Yeah.
If somebody's making contact early, it's probably going to be 42.
2nd and 10. Fake this time. Woolridge looking deep. Got a man open, and he connects. That's Jacob Bernard, who has the first down and then some. Another receiver.
That time there was pressure on Woolridge after the play fake, but he still is able to find a man open. And hold on, there's a flag down way back here near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, way down on this side of the field, the near side of the field. And it was thrown very late.
You might think it was late contact, but I don't think there was.
An eligible player downfield, number 50, offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. We'll replay second down.
Well, that explains why the late flag. They waited until the player got downfield to drop the flag.
That's the left tackle, Nathan Thomas.
Yep.
I don't know if that's an RPO. Sometimes you get those on those RPOs because those linemen don't know whether you handed it off or not. They're downfield pass or run blocking.
Yeah.
And if it takes too long to throw it, you got to have a quick throw on those because that's exactly what can happen. They get downfield run blocking and suddenly it's a pass.
Well, the 5-yard penalty will back up the Raging Cajuns to their own 30-yard line.
Wiped out the big gain though.
Quarterback draw. Woldridge getting across the 35, the original line of scrimmage, and up to about the 37-yard line. We'll give him 7 on the play.
So he got back the penalty yardage.
Yeah, well, they marked him where his knee hit, it looks like. I thought he dove a little further up, but it's at the 36-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 9.
Be interesting. Straight drop backs is not really the Cajuns' game. They like the play fake. They like the play action, the rollouts. 3rd and long is, nobody really loves 3rd and long, but they're not really built for that.
Twin receivers started at the same side, but then they bring the tight end Neil Johnson to the near side, and he sets up on the inside. Big receiver, drop underneath. It is complete. It'll be a 1st down and then some. Into Old Dominion territory goes Harvey Broussard, and for a freshman, he's already got a few catches tonight, and he does not look like a freshman.
Well, they must have heard me. So we don't have a problem with 3rd and long. Watch this. Simple crossing route. Again, they brought the blitz that time, the Monarchs did, and it was picked up. Good protection by those guys up front and help, and the crosser was wide open.
3 receivers out on this near side, and they throw it to the back receiver trying to get a block in front. That's Peter LeBlanc. It's his 3rd catch of the season. So he picks up 5 yards on that play, make it 4 yards, so we'll call it 2nd and 6.
That's a big-time pickup on 3rd and long there, though. That looked easy for them. When you blitz the safety and don't get home, you got problems in the secondary.
You do.
Old Dominion is having an issue on 3rd downs this season. 50% they gave up to Virginia Tech last week.
Handoff is on the right side, and that is Cabote. And Cabote, a tough man to bring down. Taj Rael grabbed him from behind and just kind of slung him, but it wound up slinging him forward to get a 1st down in about the 39-yard line. It should be a 1st down just past the 39-yard line.
Tell you, man, everybody on that offense is big.
Sure.
They average well over 300 pounds on their offensive line. Cabote is 6'1", 225. He's a load when he gets going, too.
Yeah.
And Old Dominion's 3-down set. It's tough to stop runs like you'd think it would be, but they did a pretty good job last week against the run.
And they'll have those 4 wide receivers, which is really what they are, in all kind of formations. In motion this time, they're going to finally get the football to the big guy, Neil Johnson, and Johnson plunders forward inside the 35-yard line. I mean, here's a guy who is one of those watch candidates for the Mackey Award for the best tight end in the country. He's obviously some kind of player.
Yep, he was 2nd on the team in receptions last year. 25 catches, couple of touchdowns. And for a guy that on the outside like that, 6'4", 250, good luck. You're a corner like Lamarian James. That's a pretty good tackle by James out there.
You don't want to tackle him.
That's a load out there.
Quick up, quick pass. Got him in there. Going to be another 1st down as he connects with LeBlanc again. LeBlanc is becoming one of the favorite receivers to throw the football to. Another 1st down as they move the chains inside the 29. We'll give them to the 28-yard line.
These are RPOs. It's a simple hat count. Woolridge gets up there, looks at what's in the box. The linebackers were there, then looks outside, and it's like a 2-on-2 matchup. And with a lot of space, that's an easy read. He just steps back and fires it out there. You get one good block out in front, and you're picking up 5-6 yards at a time.
Love that one-back set. A lot of success with it. They'll hand it off that one-back set off the right side and got a little room in that direction. That's number 21, Perry. The guy that runs back to kickoffs. You got to do a little of everything on this team. 1st down on the play.
Big holes opened up. Has a tight bunch sort of formation there.
Yep.
And even with extra guys in the box, rolled right over the defense.
Works the 1st time, try it again. This time there's a lot of blue shirts around the football, and he will lose yardage. And that may be the first play of the ball game that the Raging Cajuns haven't picked up any positive yards on the play.
I think they had the one penalty and they had the one stuff by Henderson early. Other than that, they've been rolling pretty easy.
Yep. So loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12.
Pretty good job of filling gaps that time, though. They went right back to that inside zone, and then he bounced it out, and there was still no room.
No room at all. Wooldridge's going to tuck it under this time. Got chased from behind, got through it, really got popped around the 12-yard line, but picked up good yardage on the play.
It's enough for a first down. Another quarterback-designed run.
So
Woolridge.
Green got him, E.J. Green got him, but he's up with the 3rd down. They're going to call about 5 yards to go, 6 to go. I think they thought they had something on that side. And
oh, yeah, you're right.
Not a lot there. Yeah.
Had a touchdown rushing last week. Here's another 3rd in middle ground.
Cole Daniels checks in the defensive line spot.
They could go for this on 4th down in this position if they have to, so the run is still an option.
Rolling right. Looking in the end zone. Way overthrown. Good coverage that time by Taj Rael as he was all over LeBlanc. And I think that if Wooldridge would have seen it again, Neil Johnson was wide open in the flat. He could have run from a long, long way, I think. So the defense for Old Dominion holds, but boy, I tell you what, this offense is something to watch.
Yeah, it was that same flood concept again. They send a guy deep to that back pylon corner, a medium depth route, and then a shallow route. And you were right, underneath, I think they had an open receiver who would have got that first down.
Kenneth Almendarez in to attempt. Ball is going to go down about the 14, 16, 18-yard line. So 28-yard field goal is up and good. Be a 10-7 lead. Another drive of points on the board for the Raging Cajuns. When we come back, they'll kick it to Old Dominion. Good look at the coaches on both sides, and Andy told you about Coach D over for the Raging Cajuns. I mean, this guy was a great quarterback there at the school, and having him come back to coach is sensational. Ricky Ronnie in his 4th year here, and really, I think, starting to turn it around here, Andy.
Yeah, Ronnie coming as the offensive coordinator from Penn State. And the Cajuns returned 10 assistant coaches from last season. Not a lot of programs do that, and it gives you a lot of stability, and it gives you kind of a head start if you don't have to learn any new system.
I think there's only 1 or 2 schools in the whole country even close to that. Lamarian James with a short kick this time, picked it up about the 10. He's got a lot of space on the near side again. What a move. He found blocking. Last time it was to the 45. This is to midfield, and it's great field position again for Old Dominion.
Lamarian James, his return numbers dropped a little bit last season, but he looks like he's back to regular form in this game. 21 yards of return last year. He's gotten past that in 2 returns so far now.
So the last time the Monarchs had the football, they only needed 2 plays as we see the return again. Great blocking up front by the Monarchs to get all the way to the 50-yard line. Yeah. And they're going to mark it at the 49, really, in Louisiana.
Time of possession is not going to look pretty for the Monarchs, but the scoreboard does. 20 plays to 2 so far in favor of the Cajuns.
Grant Wilson, the first possession, went 2 for 2 with pass, and in two plays, that's all he had to do. This time to go straight ahead. Keyshawn Wicks, maybe a yard or 2. A lot of bodies wearing white jerseys making a tackle on that side.
I think that was Grant that led him. This is a linebacker-heavy defense, and they are smart and fast. The pace here, though.
Quick set. Gets it out in the flat. Wicks makes a nice catch, but a good tackle coming out of nowhere is Keon Martin, and they are very high on Keon Martin, a redshirt junior that he really can play.
The Monarchs dropping the accelerator down here.
3rd and just a couple. Wicks again straight ahead trying to go behind Black. I think it's going to be just a little short. Xavier Black trying to move forward with the pile. And I don't know if they've got it far enough. Let's see where they mark it.
It's going to be short.
Yeah.
I think they're going for it here.
About 1.5 yards short, maybe. 4th down.
Here's where that quarterback keeper read option could come into play.
It's only the 5th offensive play of the night. Page comes back in a couple of steps. 4 wide outs. Wicks to the left. Blitz is on. And knocked down. I don't know if he got hit by a couple of folks or if it just was enough of Jordan Lawson to knock him down. But Wilson goes down and the ball will turn over on downs as the Monarchs come up shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, somebody got a shoulder on him. It wasn't clean, but it was just enough to knock him off balance because he had a running lane. And he saw some yards in front of him that would have been enough for the 1st down, but somebody got just enough of a shoulder on him on the way through and knocked him off.
I really think it was Lawson, but there were a bunch of the big guys coming at him, and it looked like everybody was circling the quarterback, as they used to say.
He was trying to go quick on the bench route towards the sidelines, shallow, but they jumped that, took it away, and then his second read wasn't there. Then he tried to take off with it. So big stop for the first time a defense makes a stop.
Devin Brandt Epps in at a defensive end spot. 1st down, quick throw out into the flat. It is complete. Broussard again railed out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Again, simple read up at the line of scrimmage. Broussard had 1 catch for 8 yards last week. He's got 4 catches already in this one, 31 yards and counting, and a touchdown.
And he looks like the guy that you're going to throw to all night long. Second and a tad over 5 to go. Wooldridge across the middle was trying to go quickly to Broussard again. It looked like Broussard kind of got his feet caught together and didn't really get set, and the ball goes incomplete to the outside.
Yeah, kind of a sticks route there. He goes to where the chains are and then just sort of stops and turns around. That ball kind of thrown a little outside, and I think he was sort of breaking inside at the same time. So big 3rd down coming up.
Huge 3rd down. We had our first defensive stop.
2 for 3 on 3rd down so far, the Cajun.
Four men look like they might be coming for the Monarchs. 3 wideouts to the near side to bring the blitz. Going to go one-on-one. Pass is incomplete. Too long for Bernard. Outstanding coverage by Taj Rael. Rael's really he's tough to beat one-on-one.
Again, they brought the blitz and got stoned again. They didn't get any pressure on him, and he just overthrew him just a little bit. I mean, the coverage was pretty good. It was going to be a contest for that football had it been a little bit more on target. But again, the Monarchs trying to bring pressure, and it's getting eaten up by this offensive line.
First punt of the game as we have 1:10 to go in the 1st quarter. Thomas Leo lifts it, let it bounce. It'll go into the end zone. Whew. If you're Isaiah Page, you're sighing relief there as it just dribbled into the end zone.
He had a little traffic there. He probably made the good decision. A little bit too much traffic to try to make that catch. Just get out of the way, play it safe.
So Old Dominion now with their 3rd possession of the game. Tonight we celebrate and honor the commitment of law enforcement, first responders, and public safety personnel who keep our community safe. They have been recognized here in the stadium tonight, and we say a big thank you to all that they do. Andy, a crew that you're very close to.
Get to that in a minute after this play.
Runs off the left side, bouncing to the left side is Obisani. Looked like he was going to gain a lot of yards to start with, but then the opening closed quickly, and he'll only pick up a couple on the play.
His defense is fast.
Yep.
His offense is fast between plays. They're going right back again.
Doesn't take long. Looking long. That one is overthrown, going to Kelby Williams.
Kind of a smash concept there. They covered that pretty well. Page running the shallow route. Williams over the top, and they covered it pretty well that time. Now, these first responders, the initial coin flip for this game was done by Norfolk Fire Captain Stacy Himes, who was a point guard for the Lady Monarchs. Last time they made the Final Four, she was on that squad.
Pretty awesome.
Well, that
Movement
may be
there.
3-5.
Yeah. Could be a freebie is right.
That's Jalen Satchel.
Offside, defense, number 10. That's a 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Nigel McGriff hit with that.
Yeah, McGriff.
Yeah, that'll make it a lot easier on third down now. 3rd and 2.
McGriff, by the way, starting the last couple of games for Mason Narcisse. We pass along thoughts and prayers to him as he continues to deal with the loss in his family.
That happened last week right before the first game of the season. And you're right, Andy, we do.
That's
send
tough.
that along. Very difficult, very difficult. A little delay handoff close to the first down. I think Sonny may have it if they give him a good spot, and he does have it at the 31-yard line.
3rd and short, that's a big penalty because there's a big difference between 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 7 in any offense, and they may get him again.
Looks that way. Absolutely.
This one might be on hazard.
It very well could be. He was one man who lined up in front of Xavier Black.
Offside, defense, number 91. That's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's both times it's right over the center.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Wilson's doing something or saying something. They're just trying to get a jump on the fast tempo, but that's 2.
1st and 5 from the 36. Probably be the last play of the quarter if the Monarchs snap it. They will not. So we have played one, and it has been a fun first quarter. 17 total points on the board. Both teams have been able
That's
to
the end
move
of the
the
first
football.
quarter.
Both teams have scored. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with the second quarter. Old Dominion with the football with a 1st and 5 when we return.
7 yards for Old Dominion, but the plays is why that big disparity. 23 plays run for Louisiana to 9 for ODU. It's because they scored so quickly on that first drive.
Start the second quarter, 1st and 5, going across the middle. He got a touchdown last week and a nice catch this week. Dominic Dutton across the middle for a big gainer. Old Dominion moves into Louisiana territory at the 44.
Now look at the time that Wilson has back there. That's good protection. They're dropping a lot of guys back in zone. 3 down linemen. They're trying to get a lot of coverage back there, but you give him that much time, he'll find somebody, and that time it was Dutton on that dig route.
Jalen Butler checks in, wearing number 9 at a tight end spot. Looking to the outside, man. It's open. The pass is complete. That's a good catch by Kelby Williams on the sideline. And, you know, Wilson threw a good ball there. Nobody could catch it except for Williams.
Well, he was looking to go to his left. The Cajuns took that away, so he kind of rolls out a little bit to the right. And that's sort of a backside comeback route, and a good job of staying alive by Williams.
Nice pickup on first down.
Tell you what, Wilson right now up to 89 yards passing here, just underway in the second quarter. He had 97, 94 in a whole game last week.
Obisani finds a little hole, little seam, and he busts through inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. He had a hard pop when he finally got hit, but it wasn't until he got deep in the secondary. Tyree Skipper, you may hear that name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he comes downhill from that safety spot, and he comes fast. Run hard and arrive with bad intentions.
6'2", 202, but he looks bigger, plays bigger, and runs faster.
Now here's what Old Dominion likes to do. You see the splits from these wide receivers down at the bottom here, how wide they are? That makes it very difficult to get any run support from the secondary.
Obisani again.
And that's what you get.
Goes straight ahead, nice gain on first down. And, you know, we're talking about how big Louisiana is. Obisani would not be a giant among men at 5'9", 198. He's 5'9", but he ain't big. Looking across the middle, trying to roll now right, may tuck it, throws it over the head.
Oh, the crowd
All
wants
the fans,
a flag.
yeah, they wanted an interference call against Williams, that is not the case.
There's definitely contact before the ball got there. The question was, that ball may have been so high. I think Wilson was throwing it away.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know.
A little closer than it looked.
If we see the replay, it might have been closer than it looked. The question was, maybe he stepped out of bounds. I don't know. But no flag.
Yeah, and I thought Wilson was going to tuck it and go when he got out to the corner. Third down, a big third down, 5 yards to go for the Monarchs. From the 22-yard line of Louisiana. And it's straight ahead, and Sonny that time had a host of white jerseys around, bringing him down. Jasper Williams leading the charge, a senior from Mississippi.
Interesting call there. We're going to run it on third and medium, third and semi-long. May have been an RPO kind of thing, but I don't know, maybe they didn't get the look they were looking for, but to just run it straight inside zone like that. But they're going to protect this field goal attempt from Sanchez.
Yeah, 39-yard attempt.
Long was 44 last season.
Ethan Dwayne to hold, kick is up. Looks right down Main Street, and we are square at 10-10 after an outstanding boot from Sanchez. So we'll take a pause and come back. Even Steven, we got a good one here. Sun Belt meeting is a great one.
From Louisiana, Old Dominion fires back in high octane. The pace, the tempo, they think has helped Old Dominion.
Yeah.
It's not just going fast. It's when you can go fast and then slow it down and then pick it back up again.
Rigby with his third kick of the game, and it will come down to Perry again. Perry had a little opening. Nice tackle at the 21-yard line. He'll fall forward to the 23-yard line, but a nice stop that time by number 29. That's Corey Chapman making the haul.
And Chapman may have been the only guy there that could have made that tackle. That looked like it had a lot of yards written all over it. We've seen some exciting returns in this game, too.
We have 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. It has been, as Andy said, just an outstanding first half of football. And the crowd is staying. It is here, even though we got a little rain falling. That's okay.
It's a little light rain.
A little light rain. So here come the Raging Cajuns. Ben Wooldridge at the quarterback spot, hand straight ahead. A nice dance from the beginning, but not a very big game. But once again, a nice dance by Perry as he moves it up across the 25 to almost the 27-yard line. So a good gain on first down.
Balanced attack so far for the Raging Cajuns. 11 rushes to 13 pass attempts.
So a good look at the back of the helmet there. The school, Louisiana, is celebrating 125 years. That's what the 125 with the circle on the back is, celebrating the school's 125th anniversary. Been around a long time. Wooldridge looking, got plenty of time. Finally unleashes it, but it was way over the head of the receiver, LeBlanc, and outstanding coverage from Sean Asbury.
That's not his primary read. I think he was trying to go way deep downfield initially. He's looking for Williams on just a straight streak, and the coverage was good over the top. They didn't let him get behind him, so then he checked down and just kind of overthrew that one a little bit.
Big third down and 5 for Louisiana. 4-man front from the Monarchs. Tight formation with one wide. Bringing a blitz from the outside across the middle, and that ball is complete. Will he get the first down? He does indeed. That's Robert Williams with the first down. He made a nice move to get back to the outside and move the chains.
That'll be another third down conversion.
Yeah.
Monarchs again sending pressure, and again not able to get much pressure on Woolridge.
The trips just stacking folks in threes to the far side of the field. They've run this a couple of times, throw it to the back that's in the furthest part, and that's exactly what they did the last time, and LeBlanc picks up a nice gain on first down.
Again, it's just simple math. He gets up there, you look at the number of hats in the box versus the number of hats outside on your bunch, and if you got the advantage, you throw to it.
Twice that play has worked for at least 7-8 yards. each time. That one a little less this time, about 6. But a lot of changes on every play.
Late sub coming in. Bernard getting set.
Yeah. He'll stack on the near side of the field. Now in motion. Handoff. Not a lot of room. Jason Henderson is there, and he said, no, I don't think you're going to go anywhere, Mr. Perry. I got you.
Henderson again. He sniffs that out. 42 is doing some work tonight.
Had 11 tackles last week, and you almost feel like he had an off night. 11, you're so used to making so many tackles.
I'm going to check and see what he's got officially on the roster. That would be number 6 already in this one.
See, like I said, the 11's kind of like having an off night. 3rd down and a big one. 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Empty backfield this time for Wooldridge. Perry moves back in behind the backfield and then goes in motion to the top of the screen. Whistles.
Did they get
flags.
the play clock?
I think they didn't get it off.
Delay of game, offense, number 10, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Couldn't decide where Perry was going to go. He was out, brought him in the backfield and tried to get him in motion and didn't get the play snapped.
Yeah, it's sort of like a two-phase motion there. He lines up outside, then they bring him back in the backfield, and then they want to shift him out to the opposite side of the formation. I think what they're trying to do there is get those linebackers' eyes to follow him out into the flat to open up a hole behind him. But you got to check the play clock when you got that much motion pre-snap.
So 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and 10. This time the empty backfield stays behind until they move the motion again with Williams. Bring him in, get him back out, and there is nowhere to go. And guess who's there making yet another tackle? Number 7, Jason Henderson.
Again. That's just a screen pass right there is all that is. He's just dumping it off to the flat, try to get some guys out in front of him. Big punt coming up. Finally, they got a 3rd down stop. 2nd time tonight. Still at 50%.
Yeah, going to punt formation this time. Snap is back. Kick is up, and it's off the side of the foot. Goes out of bounds. Not a good kick that time by Thomas Leo.
A good catch on the sideline.
Great catch on the sideline. So Old Dominion will have the ball in great field position when we come back as the ball goes out of bounds way up the field. We'll come back and see what the Monarchs can do with the football when we return. We've got a good game. 10-10, 8-10 to go in our 2nd quarter. You can see the range starting to come down, but not nearly what it was like earlier today, Andy.
It took them a minute to spot that punt. They're kind of going back and forth on where it went out of bounds. Eventually, they put it at the 35. Old Dominion has had some pretty good field position in this one, thanks to a couple of good returns by Lomarion James, and that was not the best punt from Leo. Rain you never know.
Yeah.
What can affect a punter.
Especially kicking that wet ball. Whew. 4 wides for the Monarchs. Grant Wilson hands it to Wicks, who's got a huge hole. He's got a 1st down and then some before he's finally brought down by Skipper. If Skipper doesn't make the play, he's still running.
Set wide splits for the wide receivers. Safeties go back and 2 deep, and even they're wide. There's nobody in the middle.
Worked the first time, tried again. Wicks again.
Same thing.
About 9 yards on that carry.
Look where these safeties are lined up. I mean, Skipper is way deep.
He is.
And they're way, not just deep, they're wide. They're outside the hashes wide. There's one linebacker in there. There's nothing in the middle. And they're going to keep doing this.
3rd time again. More yardage. Nice dance step, and he moves inside the 35, close to the 30-yard line. Skipper is going to get to know him really well before it's over with. He's having to make every tackle.
Another 1st down.
Timeout, Louisiana. That's their first timeout of the 1st half.
Louisiana had seen enough.
Yeah, they saw what we saw, is that they were stuck in sort of that base set. and they couldn't get out of that because of the tempo of the Monarchs, and it was just, there's nobody in the middle. You get one block on a linebacker.
1st and 10 from the Louisiana 31. Wicks again. This time he bounces outside, but he still picks up about 6 yards before he is hauled down. And I do mean hauled down by Jordan Lawson and a bunch of other folks over there making the stop. Casey Osai, whose brother plays in the National Football League. Joseph plays for Cincinnati.
Rain has not hurt the Monarchs' running game. We've seen that. What we were seeing, though, those wide sets by these receivers are drawing the safeties out wide, and if they're back deep and they only had one linebacker in the box, that's easy pickings.
Wicks again got the first down inside the 20. And like you said, Andy, just lining up and running straight smash mouth football, just straight ahead. That's all it is.
But, I mean, they're a little bit shorter gains now because they were able to get an extra linebackers in there to slow that down. But the problem is if you put too many in there, then they're going to throw it.
First down, Wicks kicks to the outside. Does not get as big a gain. He's hauled down by Skipper, who makes a nice tackle, but still another good game for Wicks.
Yeah, they just keep pounding it away here in these inside zones, and he's just bouncing it wherever he sees daylight.
So Wicks will take a break, and Sonny will come back in. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Line change now. Literally, there's about 4 or 5 guys coming in for the Raging Cajuns.
Yeah. Jordan Bly in motion, resets to the top of the screen wearing number 1.
There's that look again. They might run it here again. Look at the splits of these wide receivers in the light box. Now they're going to safety trying to come down.
It's not a whole lot for Sonny there. Closed that door in a hurry. Jasper Williams, one of the first guys to get there. So it'll be a 3rd down and a little less than 2 yards to go. Quick snap. Trying to go in the flat. Goes underneath. The pass is complete to Granger. Already has a touch. I'm sorry, that's Bly, not Granger. Bly making the haul, and he has the first down.
He was trying to get it to the running back out in the flats down the sidelines, but coverage was really good on him. So he had to hold it and wait until Bly got over. Now they're sending the tackle. Look at this. They got a tackle split wide as a wide receiver. That's Santana Saunders on the 10-yard line.
Got one on the near side, too, and the far side. Look
at this formation.
Chris Adams, yeah, he's wide on the other side.
Those are both tackles split out.
Pick a screen or hand it straight ahead. Obisani inside the 5. He is upended. Man, he was hit, but he went head over heels, picking up yardage.
Tempo again.
This time the keep, touchdown. Nice job by Grant Williams, who scores from 3 yards out. And the Monarchs take the lead for the first time tonight.
All the time they've been running it. He's just handed it off. That's the first time he has pulled it on the read, and he was wide open. That Cajun defense is very good. They're very fast. They're very savvy, but they're getting thrown a lot of different looks from offensive coordinator Kevin Decker right now. They got tackles lined up as wide receivers. They're spread out, and they're hitting them where they're not.
Sanchez on to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 4:15 remains in our first half. Another long drive by the Monarchs. 60 yards, 65 yards on the drive, and they get into the end zone and take a 17-10 lead. Good shot of the sidelines. Reasons to cheer right now. Big drive there, Andy. I mean, a nice drive. Not a lot of throwing the football either.
No, 10 plays, 9 of them were rushes, including the one for Wilson and the touchdown. The only throw was a big one, though. It was a 3rd down conversion where he hit Bly. I'm coming across. First lead Old Dominion has had this season. Never we're ahead of Virginia Tech.
So Rigby kicks off. Perry again on the other end of it, this time from about the 7, straight up the middle. He's met about the 25, 26-yard lines, and he will come down at the 28. Pretty good field position, but something to remember. Old Dominion deferred the toss of the coin, wanted the ball in the second half, so a defensive stand here would really give the Monarchs an opportunity to try to put points on the board a couple of times in a hurry.
Of course, on the other side, the Cajuns would love to go into their 4-minute offense and just grind as much of this clock out as they can and put points on the board right before the half.
And that may be what you see. Tied in and kind of a slot set to the left side and 2 wideouts that way, and they hand it to the big guy, Caboti. Caboti he's a load trying to tackle him. Gets to the 33-yard line. Stop made by E.J. Green. Mark him at the 32 instead. And they look like they are going to go to more of a power offense as far as what they're running.
Well, they have both of those tight ends out a lot.
Straight ahead again with Bodie again. He's near the first down marker. We'll have to see where the ball is spotted.
I think they gave it to him.
I think so too. Terry Jones, one of those to help make the stop for the Monarchs.
Tell you what, Neil Johnson, even if he's not out there catching passes, this guy is a very good blocker too. They'll move him around. Sometimes they'll put him in that split zone coming across to kick out for a backside cutback lane, but other times they just run right behind him. He's almost like an extra offensive lineman at 6'4", 250, but he can catch and run.
Absolutely. Bodie again. Room again. At least 5 again. And, you know, they're running off that left side. A.J. Gilley is one of their big offensive linemen, and he's on the Outland Trophy Award watch list. Just an outstanding player. And you run behind that guy, he's going to make something happen. Second down, about 3 yards to go.
Yeah,
We're 30 to go in the first half. Excuse me.
All this rushing yardage is mostly between the tackles, inside zones.
Man in motion. Fake it. Go outside, and a nice tackle that time. They went to the outside, got the completed pass, but after that, rudely knocked down. That was Pierce McGill who brought it home, but the stop was almost immediate by Old Dominion, and he picked up maybe a yard on the play of that.
There's that rollout flood again. I mean, they run that over and over again. They run it at different formations, at different looks, but it's the same concept. Good tackle that time by Lamarian James. Otherwise, that one he might still be running.
3rd and 1. We're under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Old Dominion with a 7-point lead. Running that play clock all the way down. Wooldridge rolls to the left. He dunks forward, and I think he's going to have enough for the first down at the 49-yard line.
He got it on that dive at the end.
He had to dive.
But they're okay with taking time off the clock. I mean, grinding out 3rd and short conversions, they were perfectly happy with that, as long as they do get the conversion.
Yep, still got 2 timeouts here in the first half. And change the complexion of the game. Started out the game throwing the football a lot, moving folks around, and now look, totally different offense.
Well, they're trying to stall here and eat up as much of that clock as they can. It does stop under the 2 minutes for first downs now.
Bringing another back with just as much success. This time it's Terrence Williams, and Williams good size too, 6'1", 223.
Yeah, they're just using those big old 300-pounders up front, plowing their way, just bullying their way right up the middle of the field. 47 seconds, so they better start
moving along.
Paying attention. They do have timeouts, so it's not a huge concern, but you don't want to take too long.
Second, about 3 yards to go. Man in motion. Fake. Wooldridge going to look deep. Going right down the middle. Got a man there. And he hauls it home. What an unbelievable catch by Charles Robertson. He had defenders all over him. Rashid Reason was all over him, but he hauls it in for the touchdown with 23 seconds to go. in the first half. Man, what a catch.
I was just getting ready to say, they're doing all this rushing right up the middle. Old Dominion is going to be careful for that play fake. And really the coverage was there. Like you said, he was all over him. That's just an amazing throw and an amazing catch. Now they're going to hold this up. They might want to review this to see, one, if he did make the catch, and two, if a knee came down before the end zone.
Correct. Regardless, the throw and what looked like the coverage and what looked like the catch were all pretty amazing. Here it is again, Andy.
See if we can cue up the replay.
The ruling on the field was a catch for a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
Well, in the replay we just saw, I don't see a whole lot that would change the mind. Do you?
Coverage is right there. He's got his arm in there. That's close.
Yeah.
From that angle, it looked good. Let's see this one. I think he's got possession.
I do too.
Let's watch the knee. And looks, from those views, it looked pretty clean.
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't put that ball in a better spot. Now, right there, that knee does come down, but I think that ball's on the line when it comes down. And I didn't see it move too much.
Our replay official is Dane Bayag. Met him before the game. We're having a lot of look at this one right now.
He's got it. He's down. That knee is down, but I think the ball's over the line. Oh, there's a good look right there. Now let's see.
After further review, the receiver did catch the ball, but his knee was down with the ball at the 1 yard line.
There it is.
So it'll be first and goal, 1 yard line.
Yeah, that last look was the one we saw from the other sideline. You can stitch them together, so you know he's got possession, but when that knee hits on the 1 yard line.
Well, we didn't see anything on the other shots. That just shows you how you got to see all of them. Great job by the replay officials. That was outstanding.
Timeout. Wow. Louisiana.
So you get a timeout for Louisiana. 23 seconds to go. The points come off the board, but you're in pretty good field position, 1 yard line.
Yeah. I mean, you'd like the 6 and not have to worry about it, but you're in pretty good shape here. So I think the timeout one, they have them. There's no, you can't take them over. You got two, you may as well use it to make sure you got your best play in there. But they still had their, field goal unit on there to make sure you don't need to rush in this instance.
Tell you what, great job by our crew tonight getting that shot. Boy, that was outstanding.
That's an incredibly thrown ball by Woolridge.
It was.
And again, coverage is all over him.
He is.
It looked like he caught the ball in the hand of the defender at the same time.
It was a bang, bang, bang play.
Now Rashid Reason, he's right with him.
He is step for step. I don't know how you play it a whole lot better. I mean, he had everything but knocking the ball down, but what a great job making the catch too. I mean, you got somebody all over you. Look at that, making the catch. Whew.
Well, we've seen some good catches from this Louisiana squad.
Whew.
They're not all about running. And these receivers didn't get a whole lot of play last week. There was a lot of tight ends and a lot of running, but they're showing out tonight. Bernard.
Yep.
That catch right there by Robertson.
Robertson, a redshirt freshman. Broussard, a true freshman. I mean, there's some young folks on that squad. So Woolridge will come up, fake it. He can walk in with this one, and he does.
Yeah, that's a design rollout.
Yep.
They covered it pretty well. They dropped back on the receivers, but option number one is always carry it to the pylon yourself.
The safest way to get there, sprint.
Good play design there.
It really was.
About to be knotted up again. Nice block thrown in the very last second from LeBlanc, turning from receiver to blocker, and he realizes his quarterback's going to keep it.
Well, there's your senior wide receiver you have in the game for a reason. Knows to look back. So the PAT attempt waiting from Almendarez, and we could have a tie game. And we do. With 18 ticks remaining in a very, very enjoyable first half. And I think the rain is pretty much stopped out there, Andy.
Not over yet. Remember, we've had some fireworks on some returns.
Yeah.
I wouldn't walk to get a sandwich just yet.
No, not yet, but It's been a good first half.
That was textbook. That's exactly what that they wanted to do. That's Coach Desimo. If he could have ordered up a drive from Amazon, that's exactly the one he would have chosen. And you got free shipping on that one.
The Amazon people delivered it on time, too.
8 plays, 72 yards, took 350. The only thing that would have been better had there been like zeros on the clock, so they wouldn't have to kick it off. But this is probably going to be a squib.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. I don't think they'll kick it deep.
If you got confidence, you can get it through the end zone, but you don't want to give James a chance because he's shown firework capability already.
He's had a couple of good returns.
18 seconds is enough. They got 3 timeouts. I mean, that's enough to run a couple of plays. You can get into field goal range. I mean, that's Patrick Mahomes.
Thomas Leo Squibber comes up to about the 25-yard line, and not going to be a big return for Old Dominion, and some clock ekes away as well. And that's Chris Trinidad. He's not used to getting the football and running, but he didn't look too bad running the football. Maybe it's something down the road we might see.
He's a defensive end.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of touches, we'll say.
No, he would not be the target. But like I said, he looked pretty good there.
I don't know how brave Coach Ronnie wants to be here with 11 seconds.
And you get the ball back to start the second half.
Exactly. That's probably more of a deciding factor than anything else, although that's not a kneel-down formation they're coming out in.
It is not. But Louisiana is very deep.
They may try to just hand this off, run up the middle. If they pop one, call timeout. Nope.
Take the snap, take a knee.
Yeah, like you said, getting the ball to start the second half. You don't want to have to force it if you don't have to. Take the big mistake off the board.
So we have played half of the contest, and we are still where we started at an even score. 0-0 to start, 17-17. A lot of activity coming up for all of you at home at halftime, and we'll be back with all the halftime activities in just a few minutes, but we've got a great one going on tonight from Norfolk.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Name it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it.
Yeah, 27-27.
That's a bit of a rivalry out there at the mountain.
It is that. Marshall leading East Carolina 17-13 in the fourth.
Another good one.
That's another good one.
They had a bit of a weather delay, too, out there.
Had to be. Kansas State ranked 15th in the country, beat Troy today, though, 42-13. James Madison beat UVA 36-35.
That come-from-behind win for the Dukes.
Yeah. And Southern Miss is at number 4 Florida State. That game obviously was moved back because it's an 8:30 kickoff, so that game just underway just a few moments ago. We're underway with the second half. Tried to kick it away from Lamarian James, which was a good idea because he'd had some success, but there's some success running straight ahead as Old Dominion will have the ball to start the second half at the 36-yard line. A nice return that time by somebody who didn't think they'd get it, Koa Natalala, who is not used to catching the football and running up the field with it.
That's 2 defensive players who have caught kickoffs the last 2 kickoffs. He's a linebacker, and the last one was Trinidad, who's a defensive end.
Well,
that's a pretty good return for a linebacker.
Not bad at all. So start the second half. Grant Wilson is a quarterback.
6 of 8, only 91 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown in the first half.
Keyshawn Wicks is to his right side. 3 wide receivers on the near side of the field and a solo receiver at the top of the screen. Fake to Wicks, completed immediately to Isaiah Page, who's up over the 40-yard line. A nice pickup on first down. He's brought down very quickly by Kendrick Grant. Gant is one of those guys that they say big, fast, and can run.
This is why that time of possession stat was so big. 1, because they've had good field position, but 2, because they've had the pedal to the metal for a lot of that first half.
Absolutely.
And it's not just, the tempo is not just about going as fast as you can. It's about going fast and then slowing it down and then speeding it back up again. That's what keeps defenses off balance.
We saw that running up the middle with one of the drives that led to points. Fake that time, wide open, but that is a hit and a hard collision, and that flag coming down. Cortland Flowers is going to be hit with the flag as trying to go across the middle to Raymello Murphy. Murphy could not hold on to the ball. He was popped. Flag is down. We'll have to see what the call is on that.
Well, I think he hit him in the shoulder, so it's not a targeting. It's going to be one of those receiver can't protect himself kind of hits. We'll see if that's going to. Then again.
The previous play is under further review.
They're going to look at it. I don't think he hit him in the head. Initially, when I saw it live, it looked like he caught him in the shoulder, but it's defenseless receiver. I mean, he did hit him with the helmet, but I don't think that's the crown of the helmet. This could go either way depending on what they're looking at. You never know. Old Dominion had about 4 targeting calls last week in that game versus Virginia Tech. Two or three of them were overturned. That's a good look.
They always talk about leading with the crown of the helmet.
I don't think he is.
I
think he's intending to go for the shoulder. He may have got the side of the helmet. The only thing, I mean, that falls under the category of a defenseless receiver, and if they say he's going high, even if you don't hit him with the crown, I mean, who knows what targeting is nowadays? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know how they tell, because it's gotten so difficult to.
Redshirt sophomore is Flowers, 6 foot 183. 31 tackles and an interception a year ago. And he may have caught him in the head. It's not with the crown. And I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the call will be. But the officials with the replay got it right early in the, late in the second half, second quarter rather.
Either way, I can tell you, Raymello Murphy is going to go back to the huddle. Well, if they did huddle. Next time he's going to stand next to Grant Wilson. Please don't do that again.
No.
Don't throw it that high over the middle with those safeties.
Dane Bayag and the crew did an outstanding job with the call in the first half. This one, though, flag went down immediately. We're going to have to wait and see.
A long look at this. Now, they do run a lot of safeties. Most of the time, the extra safety is Tyree Skipper, but if Flowers is out, that's not going to be good for them.
No.
It'd be worse because it's just under the second half, so he'd be out next week.
Right.
And, I mean, he'd miss almost the entire half. For 14:09, he missed almost the entire half of the second half of this one.
Yep.
And the first half of next one.
Still waiting on the decision from the replay officials. The call on the field was targeting. Let's go to the head official right now.
After further review, there is no targeting on the play. Number 7 can remain into the game. 3rd down.
Referee Ted Pitts, and you and I both thought that probably, that crown of the head thing again.
Live look, it looked like he was going for the shoulder, and if they made contact, it was incidental.
Yeah.
Without Ronnie saying it doesn't really matter, incidental or not, he hit him in the head.
Yeah. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 yards to go for the Monarchs.
But that ball was there. That was an open route, and Wilson just missed and put it up too high.
Yep.
Endangers his receiver.
Almost looked like he was trying to aim it a little bit. It kind of floated a little on him maybe. Run it straight ahead. There's a huge hole for Wicks. It gets past 2 tacklers before he's tripped up, and not before a big gain. Amir McDaniel had to make the saving tackle, but he's into Ragin' Cajun territory at the 46-yard line.
They're going to hit the pedal down again.
Blitz is on. His protection as well. Run from the outside. Maybe another first down there, depending on where they mark it. Wilson just tucked it under, and I think he's going to be, well, they've moved it one way in the back. Now they're going to give him the first down.
And that's what Wilson can do. He did that a lot last week. He led the team in rushing, 19 carries for 81 yards at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Some of those were designed runs. This one wasn't. That was really good coverage deep. They were trying to catch him sleeping, and Louisiana was not sleeping.
Nice job of the offensive line. They sent a couple of people, but they held the line. Wicks hit from the outside that time by Kendra Gant. Gant, last week, they said he will continue to get better. He missed spring with a shoulder injury and just really is a physical player. He made a good play there on first down. Fake to Wicks, going to the end zone. Man is open, could not get him. Dutton looked like he might have lost the ball in the air a little bit, and it falls incomplete.
Again, it's he missed the long ball. That's more on the quarterback. You kind of make it. It's a tough adjustment. He could have made it maybe, but I mean, you're talking about a guy who hadn't played a whole lot of football. He's a transfer from South Carolina. Dutton is, but he's a transfer as a sprinter. He ran track, and you see the speed. He just ran right past everybody, and he throws that ball out in front and more towards the middle of the field. That's an easy touchdown. He kind of pushed it a little bit towards the sidelines. That's one that Wilson's going to want back.
He can fly. He still got records, school, and a bunch of places. 100 and 200 meter. That's the sprinters, gang. Wilson looking again across the middle. Complete, and much more. Could it get in the end zone? Absolutely. Touchdown, Murphy.
Well, there's your apology. I thought you had touchdown. How about that? Romello Murphy, he likes his quarterback again.
He does. He's much happier now. 36 yards, and that was a strike. But Murphy did a nice job of getting it into the end zone.
Good protection. And Wilson missed a couple of throws on this drive, but that one, you said, that was the strike on that dig route. Coming across, took a long time to develop. You had patience.
Sanchez on to attempt the extra point. 6-play, 65-yard drive. Took 2:20 off the clock, and the PAT is up and perfect. 24-17, Old Dominion back on top when we return. Monarchs will kick it to the Raging Cajuns as they'll get the football for the first time here in the second half. Big drive for the Monarchs and a 6 on the board.
Hi, this is Chantrice, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the richness of the pimento cheese. No, actually, the mild spiciness of the jalapeno peppers. No, it's the crispy chicken. Actually, I can't decide. It's the entire sandwich.
Hey, my name's Liam, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is that it's so creamy. The pimento cheese has the great flavor, but it also lets everything else on the sandwich elevate it. That takes it up to another level. It's the best.
Eat pretzels. Eat more pretzels. Watch movies. Watch more movies. Get airline miles. Get One Key Cash. Book in-app to earn One Key Cash on top of your airline miles.
Who's this? This is Alf. We have to help her.
Our mission is to find the weapon designated Alpha O. You are authorized to kill on sight.
They're coming to get me.
I'm your personal escort, okay? I'm like a bodyguard.
You have to protect her.
I'll do anything to keep us safe.
The Creator, rated PG-13. Only in theaters September 29th. Get tickets now.
When you can save on Target's Good and Gather groceries and all the fall flavors. When quality ingredients bring more to the table. And when you're serving up taste they love at low prices, that's totally Target.
Question: what should you do once this ad is over? Answer: ESPN Fantasy Football.
Racing. Yes, guys.
All right, that's Romello Murphy down on the far side of the screen, 18. He's going to run a dig route and the little switch with Granger on the outside. It takes some time, but they had good protection. Perfect throw into the end zone for the first career touchdown for Romello Murphy. And if you want to get technical, Grant Wilson now has a new career high in yardage. He only had 2 games, though, so it's not a hard one to break. But 94 yards last week. All he had to do was break 100. But that's a good way to break 100.
Might have been the best pass of the night.
Yeah, a little switch route and the arrow concept kind of on the dig, and he switched places with Granger on the outside, confused the coverage a little bit, hit him in stride, and he took it the rest of the way.
The Rigby-Perry connection with the kickoff to the return continues. Perry tried to get outside, could not do so. A nice play that time on the kickoff team by Mario Thompson, bringing down Perry before he could get to the outside. Good stop there. 12:30 remains in the third quarter. 24-17 Old Dominion on top, and this has been a very well-played football game for a second game of the season, Andy. This has been good football both directions.
That might be the worst starting field position the Raging Cajuns have had all night.
If not, it's close. So Perry stays in to be the tailback, the one running back behind Ben Wooldridge. Fake that way out in the flat to the big tight end Neil Johnson. Johnson, big man to bring down. The Monarchs able to do so. Lamarion James, one of the guys to make the stop along with Taj Rael.
That is a large human running on the outside. I mean, he's 250 pounds, 6'5", and the corner, Lamarion James, is 5'10", 180.
That's a mismatch.
That he can run, though.
He can run.
You don't want to give him any space.
No. On second down, quick pass out. That was the second man lined up there, and that's Robert Williams again. Williams will be right at the first down marker, if not just by it. Officials got the spot. He's going to give him the first down.
Louisiana wants to get a little tempo
here.
They
do, yeah.
It's a good read on that first block. LeBlanc kind of got pushed backwards a little bit, but a good read on that block by Williams.
Straight ahead, Perry kind of danced to the outside. Didn't find a whole lot of room there, but he managed to pick up a short gain before he's brought down by Jalen Satchel. Played at Temple.
Tell you what, man, this is a good ball game we got going here. Really Conference opener and everything you could want. Back and forth, some great catches.
First game ever between the two, and they're already getting a good little rivalry going here. I like this. Little reverse action. You can see that coming. The ball is knocked loose. It's picked up by Perry. Perry goes the other way, but look at the defensive stop. Sean Ashbury makes a nice upending tackle for the Monarchs. And a big loss on the play.
Who is it that blows this whole thing up? There it is. It's Amari Morrison. Yep. He read it and did not chase. He stayed at home when Perry came back the other way, got a paw on the football, and knocked that thing loose.
3rd and 26. That's one of those plays, Andy. It can either be feast or famine. And that time it was not the feast.
Yeah, they had a lot of penetration on that, which can either be really good or really bad for you. If they bite on that reverse, it's really good. That time Morrison stayed at home, though.
So they bring in the big guy to come in and run on a 3rd and long, and that's Jacob Bodie.
That's a huge play for a couple of reasons. One, because it blew up that drive, but two, I think that's one of the first few times anyway that Louisiana hasn't been able to answer. These teams have been answering each other back and forth all night. Old Dominion is going to force a punt after a score, and this could tilt this whole thing.
And this is by far the furthest in Raging Cajun territory tonight they have punted. Kick is away by Leo. Fair catch is called for and brought in as Old Dominion will have good possession, good field position as well. Page brings it in.
Louisiana's going to turn to their defense now to see if they can force Old Dominion's first punt.
When you get low prices on the trends you love, that's totally Target.
Here's where legends are born, and every match is a spectacle. For the love of football, for the love of La Liga.
Oh, so gentle.
Now your antenna's up to start with. They got two running backs. One of them set up as a wide receiver. Amari Morrison senses something's going on. He stays at home and gets that punch out. Asbury put the final touches on Perry, but it was a toss. And Perry didn't have his hands on that for very long. That's a big play for Amari Morrison, who only had a couple of tackles last year because he only played in 3 games before he got hurt. He came back off of that injury. He was on the CUSA all-freshman team as a freshman in 21. The Monarchs are glad to have him back. He was called out on a targeting call last week early.
Looking for somewhere to go. Going to have to take a sack as down goes Wilson, and he's brought down by Jasper Williams. I agree with you. I don't think that Perry actually really had a good handle on that ball. It was a pitch rather than a handoff. So loss of 2 on the play.
Wilson's coming out here, and they just put Jack Shields in, and the other quarterback. It didn't look like he was hurt unless his helmet is having a helmet malfunction. They had to fix it. That was a super coverage sack. Nowhere to go with that football. He had a lot of time.
So Jack Shields comes in, redshirt sophomore from Centerville High School. Runs it straight ahead, and that's Obisani, and he runs into a wall of big tacklers led by K.C. Osai.
Here comes Wilson back in.
Yeah.
They must have had a problem with the helmet, chin strap or something came loose.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Monarchs.
Yeah, welcome back into the game. Here's 3rd and 10.
Good luck.
Yeah, this is a big down for Louisiana. Their defense can come up here. They can erase that mistake on the fumble and the reverse.
Wilson takes it to blitz is on. A lot of folks coming, got to get rid of it. Throws it out. Could not bring it home. Granger has a touchdown, could not bring it home. A lot of pressure and coverage there from Patrick Mensah, who was able to keep Granger from bringing it in.
That's a lot of arm strength for Wilson to even get a chance on that. He was falling backwards under a lot of pressure and still put it in a spot where his guy had a chance at it.
He did have a chance at it. Absolutely no question he had a chance at it.
A lot of pressure coming in on him. That's a dangerous ball, though.
It is. Ethan Dwayne in to punt. This is the first punt for the Monarchs all night. Averaged about 42.9 last week. Fair catch is called for by
got a lot of that one.
Bernard, and he did. He had to really haul that one in.
A little bit of pushing and shoving here.
Pushing,
conference game, if you.
A little bit. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, not great field position again for Louisiana. We'll see what they can do with the football when we come back. 24-17 is our score. 7:46 remaining in the 3rd.
Coach Saban, this coach done took over our office.
And he's using it to send out medical bills. Good hands.
Hospital bill for Prime. Did you just say gap?
He's talking about expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Good thing Coach Prime knows about. Say it one time. Aflac. Because Aflac gets you money to help close that gap.
Now, how do we get this goat out of here?
Aflac. Meet one of my new homies.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Elephant would have been scarier.
My dad was a master mechanic for the city of Pittsburgh. I've learned over my life and through my father to find people that know what they're doing. Somebody honest, dependable, and reliable.
I love working on cars. It's my passion. Me and Bob met about 20 years ago here at Firestone.
To celebrate 20 years as a customer, we're sending Bob on an IndyCar race experience.
Oh, Chuck!
Hey, Bob.
Helping our neighbors since 1926. Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat. So you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
So how did it go out there today?
Well, wait, walk-ons has wings?
Walk-ons for the win and the wings.
Businesses need 5G solutions today. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. MLB partners with T-Mobile to not only enhance the fan experience, but to advance how the game is played. AAA relies on T-Mobile's network to stay connected nationwide so they can help get their members back on the road. And we're helping Pano AI innovate to stop the spread of wildfires. Now's the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
First and 10, Louisiana from their own 24-yard line, trailing by a touchdown.
It's a big defensive stop for the Cajuns that last drive.
Whistles, flags, maybe some motion on the offense, legal procedure.
False start, 53 offense. That's a 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's A.J. Gilly, the gentleman we told you about earlier, Outland Trophy watch candidate. They've run behind him a lot tonight. They should. He is a big cat. 6'2", 328, redshirt junior. So first and 15 for the Ragin' Cajuns. Handoff on the left side, not a lot of room. The defense for Old Dominion really doing a nice job right now of shutting things down, and Louisiana went with Elijah Davis. That's the first time that he has been in the game tonight.
There's another big back, Brant Epps, who was able to get the ankles on him. These quarterbacks, the yardage numbers are kind of pedestrian, 158 for Woolridge, 133 for Wilson, but the efficiency, Wilson's got 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. Woolridge, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground.
Davis not really listed very high in the depth chart, but he gets that run again, and that was a hard knock run to the 28-yard line. A host of ODU tacklers in that, including Jason Henderson, who's recorded yet his 17th double-digit tackling night.
5'9", 228-pound bowling ball, a freshman. Again, Traylon Washington not suited up tonight, out with an injury. Cabote has been the man they've been going to the most. He's got 8 carries for 48 yards. Woolridge is the second leading rusher in this one so far.
Old Dominion showing blitz on this 3rd and 6. They back out a little bit. Woolridge rolling to his right. Nobody is open, under a lot of pressure, just throws it up and throws it away. And he had no other choice because Henderson and his partner over there were driving him to the ground. That was E.J. Green.
He rolled to the outside, he rolled to his right, and there's only one receiver over there. It was Harvey Broussard. He's hoping that somebody else is going to get over there, but there's just one receiver on that whole side of the field, and there's nobody else to even throw it up to until very late, right before he had to get rid of it.
It looked like the inside receiver just started going down the field or back toward the near sidelines.
All of a sudden, this is a defensive
defensive struggle, isn't it? Leo.
Flag down.
Back to punt. See the flag, fair catch called for again. Let's see what the flag is first.
Usually like that, it's going to be either offsides or an illegal formation, because it came out right at the snap.
So Page brought it in without any trouble. A lot of pointing.
They looked in towards the Old Dominion sideline is to decide what they want to do with it.
Coach Ricky Ronnie talking to the officials about it. Well, how much further do we move back?
Formation foul on the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down.
Yeah, so I guess the decision is to add it off the kick or re-kick. That's not terrible field position to start with. I'm going to add 5 more onto it. It's going to get him up to the 32.
33-yard line. That's pretty good field position is right. Yeah, 32.
Nobody's been able to pull away in this one. It's been back and forth. Nobody's had more than a 1-score lead yet.
And when one team gets a lead, the other one runs back and chases them down. Nobody's been big.
It's been a good ball game. Nobody's made any massive mistakes. Everything's been earned.
Straight ahead with Wicks again. A lot of success with this tonight. Running straight ahead behind those big offensive linemen. A good pickup on first down. Saunders, Dubose, Bourne, Black, Thomas, and Adams have done a good job up front.
Doesn't look like much, but I mean, 4 yards on first down, you'll take that 7 days a week. 11 carries for Wicks now, 66 yards.
Jalen Butler in at a tight end, almost looks like an extra back just to run in there and block, and that's what he's doing. Not as much to start with, but Wicks would not give up the ship and kept turning and fighting his way, and he's up near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Butler's in there, as you said, the H-back. It's just a power run game there. Follow him right through like a fullback.
And he's a big body too, and kind of slides a little further in, so he won't be right behind the tackle. He might be between the tackle and the guard, and maybe slide a little further. Third down here.
Transfer from Trinity Valley. He's Butler.
Fake to Wicks. Going deep, got him open, right on the money. You can put that one in the end zone, a touchdown for Murphy.
That's 2 for Murphy. And they just run it up the gut, play fake. It's the same look that they just had with Butler in as an H-back. He comes across. It may even be an RPO. And it's a one-on-one matchup, no help over the top, and Romello Murphy just ran away from the coverage.
61 yards, and that was nothing but just outrunning everybody and getting to the end zone, and the pass was on the button.
Yeah, that was a great throw. Huge play for this Old Dominion squad. This is a team that put up 19 points a game last year. 19. They're getting ready to hit 31 in the third quarter.
Sanchez for the extra point. 61-yard touchdown, a very quick drive, 3 plays, 1:20 off the clock, 68-yard drive. 61, though, came in 1 throw, and the lead now is 14, 31-17, 4:43 remaining in the third quarter. 2 big pass receptions there for touchdowns.
Again, it's that inside zone, and then they pull it back.
For the fans that are in Norfolk or Old Dominion fans, watching this is like a breath of fresh air from last year.
Again, we said, I mean, they scored 19 points a game last year. They scored 17 last week against Virginia Tech. So coming out here and seeing all these positive plays offensively, 31 points on the board, they're loving that. This was going to be very close to a sellout. The rain washed a lot of people out, I think. We probably got a lot of them watching at home. They're enjoying it on their couch right now.
It's a good place to be, but it's better to be here.
This place still sounds pretty loud despite.
Rigby to Perry. Perry has come close to breaking some big ones tonight. This is going to be a bigger one. Perry across the 40 makes a nice spin move to get to the 45-yard line before he's finally brought down, but excellent field position this time for the Ragin' Cajuns.
They got to get their offense in gear here. They've struggled since halftime.
Noah Talla with the tackle, so he's had a tackle tonight, and then he's also run with the football. I mean, he's done a little different stuff for what a linebacker gets to do. He's been some places you're not used to seeing him. Good job on that play. 45-yard line. This is great field position if you're the Raging Cajuns, and this is you've got to get something going right now. Big drive.
Not time to panic yet, but you got to take advantage of this field position.
Straight ahead, and a lot of blue bodies trying to make a stop. Got a helmet that came off as well, and that's big number 8 to running back coming through there. That's Terrence Williams, just another one of those big guys, 6'1", 223.
This is a brutal kind of a football game, man. These inside rushes, it's just very physical. But then they got the flashes, the fireworks on the outside on both sides. We've seen some great catches, some great skill routes, some good throws. We've seen about everything.
Williams moves over, takes a handoff. He's got a first down and a little more to go. Morrison making the stop from behind, but that moves the chains. And
Morrison felt like he just caught the bus and took a ride on that one.
But if you are Louisiana, you've got a lot of running backs that can run it, and you've got a lot of receivers who can catch it. They've had at least 5 running backs in the game.
Yeah, they have. Cabody, Williams, Woolridge himself, Davis, Perry.
Yep. A lot of bodies. Williams stays in, runs it straight ahead, and this is looking a little like what Old Dominion was able to do in the first half.
They're going to pile up some more rushing yardage here. Now you got to be careful if they get to. This is a good favorable down to do it because it's 2nd down and 3 now. So if you want to take a shot, this is where you would do it.
Absolutely.
That's not.
Nope, make a change there. Yeah, they make a change here. This is Zion Chris who comes in. Freshman, redshirt freshman from Baton Rouge, and he can fly. And you see why. That was nothing but a designated run from get-go. Fake it and keep it. 6'2", 209-pounder.
Yeah, and as you said, he can pick him up and put him down, man. He can fly around that edge. That was very close to being a big one right there.
Yes, sir. So he comes in for the one play, and then Woolridge comes right back in the game. But, boy, if you can sub like that with somebody who can run like that, that changes your offense in a hurry, too. Old Dominion making a lot of defensive shifts right now. There goes Cabody in motion, and he sets. They go to him on the outside, but the pass is just too far out of his reach, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that one's on Woolridge, and he knows it. That's designed to get your running back out in space with one-on-one. And he had the look they wanted. He just tried to rush that throw. He knew he had to get it out there in a hurry, and he just missed it.
Can you imagine Cabody getting on a small defensive back when he goes out that way?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
That's right. Nobody in the backfield this time for Woolridge. Gets the pass out to the big tight end, Johnson. And you saw he was going to try to leap.
He thought about
He's that good an athlete.
Monarchs brought some pressure from the linebackers that time. Wilson Woolridge able to read it quickly and get out of his hands, and a good throw that time quickly.
3rd down and 5. You got to start thinking this could be 4-down territory for Louisiana.
Yeah. It's a little early, but I don't know. It would be a decision, I'll say that.
Yeah. Cabody fakes. Woolridge dives. He is not there according to where the spot is, only a yard short, but inside the 15 to about the 14. Had to get to just inside the 13 for the first down.
Well, that's going to be a really tough decision now. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. That was that rollout again. He's trying to hit that tight end, or that tight end right there in the flat, but it's taken away. And so he takes the other option, which is just to run it. Saw Johnson out in front of him. Good job by the Monarchs to take away that pass. This is now a huge play.
Cabody is the running back. He's to the right side of Woolridge. Man in motion. You go right to the man in motion. He's wide open. Can he get in the end zone? No, he's knocked out of bounds, but it was a pass to LeBlanc, and LeBlanc made a nice little inside move and then back outside to pass on the numbers first down.
Yeah, they bring him in motion inside, and then he just sort of reverses it and goes right back where he came from. And looks like man coverage from Old Dominion. Good design play, well executed for the first down.
And I think Lamarian James might be a little bit injured on that last tackle because he was favoring his right side.
Still pushing.
Yeah, they were pushing. It looked like they were going to blow the whistle, never blew the whistle.
Williams took at least another 2 yards after that. A rugby scrum.
That's the end of the third quarter.
So the scrum ends the third quarter. But it was a good one if you're a Monarch fan. You got a 14-point advantage going to the final 15 of the home opener, the Sun Belt opener, and the first time you've ever played Louisiana. The final 15 comes up next.
To shave or not to shave? Shave. It's true. To shave or not to shave? That.
When you put it, let him just push his way in behind the 300-pound guys.
I think you and I might could have snuck in with that one. That was pretty good room on that side to get in.
That's a big answer, though. They needed a score right there after going down by more than 2 scores for the first time in this game. They needed an answer. They got a good return, and they took advantage of the good field position. Little bully ball up the middle there. A lot.
Almendarez to attempt the extra point. And he hits it. Big drive, 10 plays, 55 yards, took 4:37 off the clock. The lead for Old Dominion is only 7. They'll get the football back when we return.
The best healthcare is there in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it.
Tackle placed upon him, and that was Amir McDaniel making that stop. He just caught the leg, and down went James.
That was some of the best coverage they've had all night on these kickoffs.
Yeah,
McDaniel down there in a hurry.
Yeah, got down there in a hurry is correct. Ball is spotted at the 18-yard line. Make it the 17.
Some of the worst field position for Old Dominion all night.
Yeah, I think it is the worst by far. A lot of field, a lot of time, not a big lead.
This has just been an old school with a new school look football game. I mean, there's a lot of inside rushes. It's just physical and brutal in between the tackles, but we've seen some flashes outside too.
Wilson and Sonny in the backfield. 4 wides. Sonny straight ahead. The scrum, as it looks like there, kind of pushed to the 20, maybe the 21-yard line.
Not been a whole lot of negative plays for either team. I mean, the one big one was the reverse fumble by Perry. But other than that, I mean, both teams keep moving ball forward. Not a lot of sacks or plays going backwards.
Fake to Sonny. There's a flag down. Trying to go deep for Dutton, can't get him, just overthrown. I'm not sure what happened, but the flag was on the near side of the field, and it was one of those late coming out flags too, Andy.
Holding, defense, number 21. That's a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Well, that's why it was overthrown, because he grabbed him on the release.
Yeah.
Dutton's trying to get away bottom of the screen, and he got him a little bit. Yeah. Not a lot, but it's enough. It's right in front of the official.
And Keon Martin
Dutton
hit with the flag.
Dutton's the sprinter, so You got no help over the top. You want to get a good jam on him. And if you don't get a good jam on him, grabbing him is better than letting him soar 6.
Well, I think he's realized that Dutton can fly. Back again, looking deep on the other side. Look who's open again, but cannot bring it in that time. That was Murphy again, who had beaten his man, just couldn't haul it in.
We wondered about this Monarch passing game after almost the no-show they put up against Virginia Tech, only 94 yards passing. Could these receivers get open? Could Wilson hit them? Tonight, we've seen them just outrun coverage several times tonight. Wilson's hit some of them, he's missed some of them, but these receivers have been open.
Kelby Williams will check in for Murphy, who comes out and picks his jersey over his shoulder pad. 2nd down and 10. Little shuttle pass, and Sonny gets it up near the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 39. That was kind of disguised, a little sneakery there. Little shuttle pass worked pretty good there. Quick snap on 3rd down. Sonny, I think he's got it.
Tempo got him that time.
Yep.
Not giving them a chance to reset. You only need a couple of yards.
Hustling folks on and off the field again.
Wicks back in for Sonny.
A lot of changes for Louisiana, too.
Yeah, they're bringing extra linebackers in. It's Cameron Whitfield coming in off of the edge.
And your H-back blocker, whatever you want to call him, Jalen Butler back in there, almost behind the guard now. Wicks met in the hole after he got about a yard or two, but a nice stop on inside. Flowers. Yeah,
he came up, filled that gap in a hurry.
Solid. There's another big defensive back, 6 feet. Try it again. Fake this time, going deep again. Got Dutton open. Passes there, but the pass is going to be interference. He was definitely hit from behind that time because he had to slow up to bring it in, and he was hit before the ball actually got there. So Martin is going to be hit with a pass interference.
Yeah, that ball is underthrown.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. That's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
There's not much Keon Martin could do about that. He is beat. Watch bottom of the screen. There's the track star, just sprinting downfield. He's got a couple of steps on him, but the ball's underthrown, so Dutton slows up. There's not much Martin can do about that other than run into him.
Correct.
But he puts that out just a few more yards in front of him. That's a walk-in 6.
With Dutton on the side, you almost have to throw it as soon as you catch the snap.
And they're still not giving him much help over the top. There he is again, lined up one-on-one, again with Martin down on the bottom of your screen.
Penalty moves the ball into Raging Cajun territory at the 40. Here comes Wicks, bouncing it to the outside. Not as big a gain as he's had lately. He got up to almost the 43-yard line. Rudely brought down that time by the Louisiana team. They're starting to get a little more enthusiastic about it.
Guidry in there wrapped him up. ODU didn't like the extra shove.
Going deep the other way. Got it. That's a touchdown for Kelby Williams, who beat his man. A huge touchdown. 37 yards.
Again, the tempo, and again, they went back to Keon Martin. This time it's Williams that got past him, and they're not giving Martin any help. I mean, he's just matched up one-on-one again. It's a stack formation. Stack release, he gets one step, and that ball was on target.
Absolutely on target.
So Wilson will miss one, and then he comes right back and hits the perfect one.
Extra point attempt from Sanchez. (38-24) with 12:28 remaining in the game. 7 plays, 83 yards, 2:24 off the clock, 37-yard touchdown pass, and it's a 14-point lead.
Look at the top of the screen. They're still getting set. The bottom of the screen, you got double stacks on both sides. There's nobody over here on these bottom two receivers. Wilson's ready to take this snap. And you see at the top, that's Keon Martin trying to get over. they're still not entirely set. And remember, he just chased Dutton downfield like 30, 40 yards a couple of plays ago. It's no wonder he couldn't keep up with. That's what tempo does to you. I mean, it's a good route by Kelby Williams, but I mean, that play was over before it started.
Rigby set to kick off. 14-point lead. Perry is back deep to receive. He brings it in at the 5 to the 10. And he's tripped up at the 20-yard line. A flag goes down as well, but outstanding coverage by the Monarchs that time. And you have to give Shadwell and Kuba credit for the tackle.
This is a good defense, this Old Dominion team, again, who put up 19 points a game last year. They hung 38 on them now. This is a very good defense. They only gave up 22 points a game last year.
Exactly. See what the flag is about. A lot of discussion on the field.
Block in the back, return team. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. It'll be first down. Number 20, return team number 20.
See if we can pick it up. It came in late.
You get bodies flying. It's
at the top of the screen. You see the defender come flying through there.
So now you start 1st and 10 with this possession at your own 10-yard line.
And they're going to have to move a little quicker now. 12-23, but it's 2 possessions.
So Wooldridge. Handoff straight ahead. Not a whole lot of running room for Capote, but he picks up 5 or 5.5. And I'm like you, Andy. Now you're getting to that part of the game where you can't afford not to score and score quick enough to where.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to keep doing this, I mean, it's a good pickup on first down, but the Monarchs are happy to let them take 45 seconds off the clock for a 6-yard gain.
Exactly. I'm saying that's not a big enough play to hurt the defense. They move Capote out as a wide receiver on the near side. Across the middle, in and out of the hands of the receiver, and I believe he was just kind of looking up. That's Williams. I think he was looking to see where he was going to go, and he just dropped it.
I think he's trying to go deeper to Bernard on the post route, but the Monarchs in a deep coverage, deep zone. It was taken away, so he had to reset and come underneath.
3rd down, 4. Wooldridge trying to keep a drive alive. Put Johnson in motion and set him on the outside. Wooldridge just lifts it high, and it's being chased and brought down. What an outstanding over-the-shoulder catch that time by Jacob Bernard. My goodness, what a catch that was.
And the throw. Yeah. If you walked down there and just dropped it off of a step stool to him, you couldn't have put it better.
No. To look over his head, his shoulder. Yeah, look at this.
Single safety for Old Dominion, so there's not a lot of help coming, but, man, that's a perfect ball.
Try to go to the left side with Capote, and there's no room out there. He might have lost a little bit on that play.
He's delivered some outstanding long balls tonight as Woolridge.
Denzel Lowry over there making the stop.
I mean, that one was perfect. The one he hit in the end zone early on. And Broussard, I think that one was perfect.
Yep.
The one downtown to Robertson was perfect.
2nd down. Try to sweep with Perry. There is nobody out there to block for that. Couple of folks from Old Dominion said, yeah, that's a good thing for the defense. Morrison, one of the guys making the stop.
Yeah, he chased it down from behind.
Just chased it, yep. And Henderson, of course, also.
Yeah, Henderson racking up tackles again tonight.
3rd and 12, 16th double-digit night of tackling for Henderson. Big 3rd down. You got to think 2 downs now, Andy. You have to.
5 of 11 on 3rd down tonight is Louisiana.
Empty backfield. Aldrich throws it out in the flat to the tight end, and that's a short gainer for Neil Johnson, but it at least gets you to where you can make a decision, I guess, on fourth down.
That was not intended to pick up the first down. That's intended to make this a more manageable pickup here on fourth down.
It's going to be about 4th and 6.
That's the first catch. Is that the first catch of the night for Johnson? No, he's had
he's had another one or two, yeah. Just doesn't feel like it because they haven't thrown the ball much to him. He's been more of a blocker than anything. 4th down, 6 yards to go. We're under 10 minutes to play. Ball's at the 37-yard line of Old Dominion.
You have 4 catches, but only 22 yards.
Pressure out in the flat, complete. Gets the first down and breaks the tackle and heads for the end zone. Will get there. What a play by Jacob Caboti. Wow.
That's the exact same play they ran on the 4th down conversion they got down here in the other opposite red zone. They sent him in motion, and then he just reverses right back where he comes from. He goes back out into the flats. And it's man coverage, and it's Asbury who could not catch up to him because he had a long way to go through some traffic. And then once he missed that tackle, everybody else is in man coverage. Their backs, they might not even know he has the ball. And a good way to finish in this Louisiana squad, not giving up yet.
I tell you what, don't go away. You may miss a lot more this last 9-13. Almendarez puts it up and in. 9-13 remains in the contest. A big scoring drive from Louisiana. They go 7 plays, 90 yards, and 3:10 to trim the lead back to 7.
You know, they say, losing hope, that's the real disaster. Last year, Tropical Storm Fred sent a devastating wall of water and debris down this river. And when the waters receded, Belfour was here. Not just to rebuild, but to help restore the life of this community. Belfour, restoring more than property.
Today was a day that I put everything in perspective.
The best healthcare is there when we most and least expect it. United Healthcare, there for what matters.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like these all-new boneless chicken wings. I mean, this is how Papa John's does boneless wings. Juicy all-white meat chicken, lightly breaded with hints of Parmesan and pepper, and baked to a crispy golden brown. And try them with this brand new zesty sauce. Find our new boneless wings on the Papa Pairings menu. Get 2 or more favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now in the app. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
How easy is life in the new Buick Encore GX?
Piece of cake.
I was going to say easy as pie, but that's way better. Backing up? With your Buick, it's a walk in the park. Or, you know, a kayak in the park. Staying connected is a breeze. With Wi-Fi and unlimited data.
What's the password?
You'll be hearing that a lot. Life's easier in the new 2024 Buick Encore GX.
Enjoy your meal.
Thanks, you too.
Question: how do you recover from an awkward exchange?
Hey, don't forget to set your lineup tonight.
ESPN Fantasy Football.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know if you can talk enough about Jason Henderson, but he's been all over the field again tonight.
Yeah, 186 tackles last year, led the country. Tonight he's racked up 15, another double-digit tackle performance. He just keeps racking them up. But I tell you, man, those are 2 absolutely clutch plays by Woolridge. That 43-yarder to Bernard, that ball was placed absolutely in the perfect spot.
Agree.
And then the other, that was on a 4th down. And then the other one just to the sidelines, and Caboti breaking a tackle.
Leo and James coming this way. Much better coverage here in the second half by Louisiana. And not phenomenal field position again by Old Dominion. They've had a lot better during the game, but they'll start from their own 23-yard line.
Wilson now 11 of 16. Seems like he's put it up a lot more than just 16 times.
Yeah,
but 238 yards, 4 touchdowns, which is the most for an Old Dominion quarterback since, 2018, I think.
Yep.
It was Blake LaRussa. And he's got 1 on the ground. This is a good quarterback duel. 2 touchdowns for Woolridge. He's got 1 on the ground. 259 through the air for him.
Wilson and Wicks in the backfield. Whistle blows.
That's a delay of game.
I think it is. Didn't get the snap off.
Delay of game. Wow. Offense, number 13. That's a 5-yard penalty. Wow. Still first down.
You can't have that coming out on your first play. You got to have a play ready to go. I mean, I know most of the time now they get up and they use hand signals and they look at the defense and they do it again, but that just looked like they lost sight on the clock.
Yeah, lost 5 yards, too, on the play. Wicks, straight ahead, breaks through the first couple of tacklers and a big gain on first down. They needed a big gain there, and he delivered it all the way from the 18 up to the 26-yard line. Big, big move there by Keyshawn Wicks.
Yeah, he looks a little. He looked beat up on that run. He's going to come out now.
Obisani will come in for him. Yeah,
he's holding his arm, left hand maybe, something.
Yeah. Well, he provided an outstanding run at a big time. Second down and short.
91 on the ground for Wicks. He's closing in on 100.
Yeah.
15 carries.
13 on that carry. Second down and 2. Obisani, loses a headgear going there.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Here Wicks is coming right back in. I guess he's okay.
Tyrone Lewis Jr. making the stop, and that was a pop.
Now these runs, man, these inside the tackle runs all night long. It's been physical. You got to earn them in there, and both teams are earning them.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, the defensive folks have been popping folks on the runs. It's just really been a good football game, entertaining football game to say the least. Wicks back in, as Andy just said. Sani out. Same formation. Wicks takes it straight ahead. Still manages to pick up about 5 yards on the play. A lot of bodies in white shirts just trying to get any kind of paw on him to knock him down or knock him off balance to keep him from running. I think McGriff might have been the one that actually tripped him up to make him go down.
These wide double stack formations again. See how wide it makes you get.
Pass is complete on the outside. Nice job by Granger, who was wide open. Got a touchdown earlier tonight. He's had a good game.
A little bit of the Raging Cajuns own medicine that time.
Yep.
They've run that quick smoke screen a lot tonight. First time the Monarchs have run it.
And they've run it with 3 stacks over there. Had some success early in the game with that.
They had stacks on stacks in this offense.
Yeah.
Said last week, they have more stacks than IHOP in this offense. And they got a penalty. Another penalty.
Yeah.
That's the third offsides on the defensive line.
That's Kadarius Miller in the middle right now.
Offside, defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's some of the best yardage you can get right there, especially late in the game. Clock at 7:07. And it starts. 7-point lead.
It's 10 penalties for 70 yards for Louisiana. Monarchs only have 5.
Same play again. Breaks through the initial line, gets the first down, and Louisiana trying to change their defensive front a little bit and really just have one linebacker in the back row and just put more folks on the line of scrimmage. But the first down is exactly what Old Dominion needs. Going deep. Got a man open, in and out of the hands of Williams. He just scored a few moments ago, but he could not bring that one in. Might have been knocked down at the end with some late coverage there, but pass looked pretty good as it took off.
Anderson right with him, stride for stride, putting it up there. Just let his man go get it. He got inside positioning on Anderson, but he never left him.
Yeah. Second down. Quick out. Page gets it. Did not get the block. Murphy had a little trouble making the block, and it did not help open the door for his partner to get anything after he got the reception.
Yeah, the little trouble is named Keon Martin, who just shoved him straight back into him. I mean, that's how you blow up a smoke screen.
Exactly.
You just take that lead blocker and shove him straight back into the receiver.
3rd and 7. Blitz this time from Louisiana. And down goes Wilson. They picked an outstanding time to blitz then.
Well, it was the coverage that really pulled it in. They were trying to go deep again, and that time they were deep in their zone. They got depth, and the good pressure up front. It was Jordan Lawson, didn't get the sack, but he's the one that forced Wilson to pull it down quicker than he wanted to.
So Ethan Dwayne will come on, and
it's a big stop. And now they're going to get it back with a chance to score, maybe tie it up.
This is his second punt of the night. Whistles go off like crazy as soon as he gets it snapped. Might have been a timeout from Louisiana.
Timeout.
Yep.
Louisiana. That's their first timeout of the second half.
That's what I thought it was. Not when you'd probably want to take the timeout, but you don't want to make a mistake right now. So when we return, we'll have a punt coming from Old Dominion. There's only 5 for Louisiana. High kick. See if it stops. Oh, knocked down at the 1 yard line by Old Dominion.
Beautiful coverage.
Great play. Great coverage indeed.
Yeah, he stepped on the line, but in college, it's not the player, it's where the ball is. The ball never crossed the plane.
Marion James was the guy that got there first. That's outstanding.
We had illegal touching at the 3 yard line, so the ball will be placed at the 3 yard line. 1st and 10.
Okay.
Unless somebody stepped out of bounds, it didn't look.
Illegal touching. I don't know what. All right.
Still, it's inside the 5. They'll take it. A little bit of breathing room, but
97 yards.
So down the stretch they come.
Exactly. My favorite words, and just as the opposite of what we'd said all night long. Old Dominion had not jumped offsides in the middle of the field, but they do
offside
that time.
Defense, number 8. That's a 5 yard penalty.
Lowry
Still
hit
first
that
down.
time. And it's been quite a few times tonight that Louisiana's done it.
Defensive linemen and nose guards to be jumping offsides. Too many nose tackles, just right over the ball jumping.
And down the stretch they come. That's probably my favorite of all the phrases of sports. They make that turn. Woo! Turn is here. 1st and 5. Wooldridge decides to tuck it under, and he's brought down from behind by Lowry. See where they mark it. I think he's short of the first down by a couple of yards.
It's kind of a big penalty, not yardage-wise, but, I mean, it gets them off of the goal line. So it opens up the playbook a whole lot more.
Well, you get an extra free down, really. You get an extra free down, free play. Take 1st and 5 all night. Wooldridge again running the football. He gets the first down, gets up near the 20-yard line before he's brought down from behind.
Design run there for Woolridge.
Wayne Matthews with a tackle.
And the initial first down, they always say it's the hardest one to get. They just picked it up.
Woolridge has not done a lot of running tonight, but he's run the last 2 plays, so sometimes you just got to take matters into your own hands.
He's got 30 yards on the ground now, 7 carries, and of course the 1 touchdown.
Dropping back, looking deep. Pass was behind the receiver, Peter LeBlanc, and very close to being intercepted by Old Dominion.
Yeah, 3-man rush. They dropped everybody else back. And there's a little miscommunication there between LeBlanc and Woolridge. He thought he was going to stop, and LeBlanc sort of kept going, and the ball was off target. And like you said, it was almost right into the lap of Taj Rael.
Wasn't far. 2nd down.
Yeah, turnover now is pretty much game over.
Johnson in motion. Roll into the left. Complete across the middle. That's Robert Williams, just shy of the first down.
Yeah, he caught that same play earlier in the first half. Turned it into something big. That was a pretty good patience by Woolridge because he was looking deeper, then he looked shallow, and that was the last option he had coming across.
3rd and short.
Little mist coming down.
Straight ahead, there's the first down. Wasn't much question about that. Terrence Williams, one of the other big backs. Here comes the next big back. Jacob Caboti. Tell you what, they do have some big backs, some big bodies. Neil Johnson, like we've said a couple of times, and now he's flanked out. That's a big man running out. Coming in motion, setting sail. Dropping back, pressure that time. Gets it out in the flat. It's a completion again to Robertson, who makes a nice play, but it'll tackle, brought down by none other than Jason Henderson. Williams again making the catch, and
he's still down.
Yeah, he is still down.
On his back.
Yeah.
That was a good shot that he took right at the end of that from Matthews.
Yeah.
It's kind of a safety valve there. Tight end goes in motion, sort of declares that the Monarchs are in the zone coverage. He looks deep first, checks back down. It's just as he was sort of caught up going down, he sort of got a shot right at the, I don't know if it was helmet or shoulder, but either way, it was a lot of force pushing right back onto his back.
Well, Woolridge, like you said, had to look all over the place, and that was definitely a safety valve outside. A lot of folks attending to Williams right now, and he's had a good game tonight.
Well, he's sitting up now.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
There's Woolridge, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground. 24 of 32. With as many points as we had, we were talking about it during the break, it kind of feels like there should be more yards on the board total-wise. I mean, they're getting up there now, 413 to 394, but
yeah,
as many points as we've seen, it seems like it should be like 600 yards. Total offense for each.
It has felt like one of those 1,000-yard games. So good sign that Williams was able to walk off the field under his own power. 2nd down, 5.
Every play critical right now for both these squads.
Absolutely. Perry will go off the left side. Big hole, and he's got a big run. Cuts back against the grain. He's across midfield. Henderson will hog time at the 49-yard line of Old Dominion, but a big run by Perry there.
That's a huge run. Everybody paying attention to the motion on the outside and kind of the wheel route that they ran off of that, and just one good block on the left side, most likely from A.J. Gill, and it's off to the races. A couple of great moves afterwards, though.
Well, he is quick, elusive. Fake this time. Woolridge looking, goes out in the flat. The pass is complete. 1st down and more, and that's number 4, Jacob Bernard.
Now, Bernard was not the primary receiver.
No.
I think he was trying to look deep for Robertson, but Robertson stumbled and fell down on that, so he had to go to the backup, the check down, and it's a great job by Bernard. 1, to stay in bounds, and 2, to pick up extra yardage in a 1st down.
Bernard was another one of those guys we didn't think we'd see a whole lot of action out of him tonight, but he has made his presence very well known. Rolling left, and Woolridge will just hang on to it and run. It's close to the 1st down marker. They're going to give him to the 27-yard line, so that should be right there at the 1st down.
He's putting a drive together here.
He surely is.
A gutsy night for Woolridge.
And no hurry up and no panic out of this offense. Minute 17 to go, and a timeout is taken by Old Dominion.
Timeout, Old Dominion. That's their first timeout of the 2nd half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Saw Nolan Johnson, the cornerback, trying to sprint off of the field, And Ricky Ronnie called that timeout from the sidelines himself, needing to make sure that they didn't get caught with too many men on the field. Late changes.
And the change in the weather again. Got some rain.
Little mist coming down.
Yeah.
It's not heavy, but it's enough. Might make that ball a little slick.
Could indeed.
That's when it gets really slick. It's not when it's drenched. It's easier to handle than when it's just a little bit wet because it's still got some of the oils and stuff on it. It's just like a road, oil and water don't mix. That's when it's the worst. And here's that run by Perry.
This was outstanding. I mean, wow.
What a redemption for Perry because he had a fumble on the goal line last week. Was returned for 74 yards. Defense helped him out, but he had another fumble tonight, so he's anxious to make up for it. And that was a huge run at a critical time in this game. They're putting together what they hope could be a game-tying drive with 1:17 to go.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line of Old Dominion.
It's all 4-down territory from here.
Absolutely. Louisiana with the ball. Wooldridge tucks it under. Nice gain again. He slides forward, gets it to about the 22-yard line, but the clock will continue to move.
Again, ODU's throwing everything back into coverage, so that leaves not many targets, but a lot of rushing lanes, and he's taking advantage of it.
2 timeouts left for the Raging Cajuns. We're under a minute to go. Blitz going toward the end zone. That's going to be an interference call there. They're going to wind up calling that. He was trying to go to Robert Williams.
Well, they put pressure on him that time. You see, they've been dropping back in coverage. That time they tried to heat him up a little.
Yeah.
Brought the linebackers. Ball kind of not underthrown, but it was thrown high.
Pass interference, defense, for 15. That's a 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It's a gutsy ice water in the veins type of drive for Woolridge. Yeah, it's underthrown a little bit. That's why it's, if he puts it on the back pylon, he gives them a chance to come down with it. But they'll take the interference call.
Yeah, Asbury had the interference. The official had the offensive player, number 15. That was Robert Williams. He called it against 15, but 15 was not.
That's the same. It's the same thing that happened to Keon Martin on the other side for when Old Dominion got the interference call.
So the ball's at the 7-yard line with 45 seconds to go and 2 timeouts for the Raging Cajuns. Woolridge fakes, rolling right, looking for somebody, going to go out of bounds. Picks up very little on the play, if any, depending on where they mark him out.
It's good coverage and, more importantly, good eye discipline because they could easily run that. It's a good play fake that he held on that mesh point for a while with Williams. And then running it to the short side, the boundary side of the field, he just ran out of room before he could turn the corner.
And with 39 seconds, a run is not out of the question here.
And you got
two timeouts,
39 seconds. The whole playbook is open.
Absolutely.
Time is not as much of a factor at the moment.
2nd down. Bernard went in motion. Wooldridge, they got a blitz on. Pass is behind the tight end. Neil Johnson could not reach back and get it. Good coverage by Taj Rael. 3rd down.
That's probably the closest they've come to a sack on him tonight. The safety, Terry Jones, coming through. A couple of linebackers. They may have even got a hand on that. But it definitely threw the pass off. 3rd and 7, but again, 3rd down doesn't matter because they got 2.
And 2 timeouts.
Again, whole playbook is open here.
Wooldridge, reverse out across the middle. Tries to go again to Williams. Incomplete. Outstanding defense that time by Old Dominion.
Rashad Reason.
Yeah, Reason making another play.
Timeout, Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana.
That's their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
They take the timeout. It is 4th and goal to go.
I don't know if that was designed or if a little miscommunication and Woolridge turned the wrong direction on the play fake there, but either way, it's good coverage by Reason.
Absolutely. Part of me thinks he was going to roll that way, whether he turned himself the wrong way to spin or not.
Somebody went the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Either way, it didn't really affect the play very much because, I mean, here's the look. Now watch, he kind of turned the wrong way, but they're looking into the end zone. It's another flood route. Again, sending guys deep, but it's man coverage. So the flood is really good against zone. It's not as good against man.
I think Williams, the running back Williams, went the wrong way.
Yeah, it didn't really affect it because he got out on the pass route either way, but
4th down.
Everything right here.
Everything
play
is here.
What do you got?
And you will know exactly what happens by the crowd noise. 30 seconds, 4th and 7, 38-31, Old Dominion on top.
A lot of them went home for rain, but the ones that are here are very loud.
Rolling left. Pass is short and incomplete. Old Dominion survived it right there.
They did survive because he had him. He was open in the flats, and Woolwich just shorted it. He was throwing it on the run a little bit, and he just shorted it.
Trying to go to Terrence Carter, and he was open. Hard for a quarterback, though, to roll left when you're right-handed.
Now, I don't know if he would have got in the end zone. It would have been close, though.
It would have been close. I think you're right.
If they could see it, here it is. They're just going to send him out into the flats. He comes across, and he just continues out there. And he is wide open, and that was going to be close whether Lamarion James could have made that tackle or not. And Woolrich knew it as soon as he left his hands. He went to his knees almost as soon as that ball left his hands. He knew he missed it.
Absolutely. So Old Dominion will take a first snap, and then Louisiana can take a timeout, and they'll have one more snap.
And they don't take snaps under center, so shotgun snaps, you never know. I mean, you got to take a knee, but you're going to make them snap it as many times as you can.
Takes it, probably get the timeout or not. Well, Louisiana's going to let it roll. They've decided they're going to let it roll down.
That Mike Decimo's coming out to shake hands.
Absolutely, with Coach Ricky Ronnie. And Wake Forest will be here next week for a noon kickoff. But what a huge win for Old Dominion tonight in the very first meeting between these two schools. 38-31.
They go from 17 points to 38 points. First time they've gotten a win in the last 7 games going back to last year. And you know this one feels good for these Monarchs and for Coach Ricky Ronnie.
Absolutely a huge victory for Old Dominion.
4 touchdowns, 247 yards for Wilson, and 1 throw on the ground. 1 rushing touchdown on the ground.
Well, what a big win.
The Monarchs have found themselves a quarterback.
They have, who can throw it and who can run it.
This was a